There is a strange and beautiful clarity that comes when you realize the road ahead of you is much shorter than the road behind. It's like the fog finally lifts. And for the first time, you see the world as it actually is, not as you were taught to see it. When you're young, your world is loud. You're surrounded by things you think you must care about. You're told that your worth is tied to your productivity, your beauty, and your social standing. You spend your days polishing an image and your nights worrying about things that in the grand scheme of the universe are invisible. I'm 81 years old. I've reached the place where the noise finally stops. And I want to tell you something that might shock you, but I hope it also sets you free. Most of what you are stressing about right now will mean absolutely nothing to you on your final day. Not just a little, I mean nothing. If I could give you one gift, it would be the ability to stop caring about these things now instead of waiting decades to find out they were empty. Let me share with you the things that fall away at the end so you can start living with a lighter heart today. The first thing you will stop caring about is the judgment of people who don't know your heart. We spend so much energy trying to be liked by a vague, faceless crowd. We worry about what the neighbors think of our car, what our high school classmates think of our career, or what strangers on the internet think of our opinions. At 81, that crowd has vanished. Most of them are gone, and the ones who are left are too busy with their own lives to think about yours. You realize that you spent years living in a prison where the gods were just people, as scared and insecure as you were. On your final day, you won't wish you had been more popular. You won't care if people thought you were cool or successful. You will only care about the people who truly knew you and loved you anyway. Stop living for the audience. The theater is emptier than you think. We have this obsession with being done. We think we need to have the perfect body, the perfect house, the perfect career, and the perfect family before we can finally start enjoying ourselves. We treat our lives like a project that needs to be finished. But at 81, you realize that life is never finished. It's always messy. There is always a leak in the roof, a mistake in the past, or a flaw in the mirror. Before you die, you stop caring about perfection. You start to love the cracks in the teacup. You realize that the perfect version of your life was a boring museum, while the messy version was a home. Stop waiting to be perfect to start being happy. Perfection is for statues. Life is for the flawed. I spent 40 years chasing titles. I wanted to be the senior this and the director of that. I thought those words on a business card were a measure of my soul. I worried about offices, raises, and who was sitting at the head of the table. But here is the truth. Before you die, your career becomes a footnote. No one reads your resume at your funeral. Your professional achievements, while important for survival, have no weight in the soul's economy. What you'll care about is not the work you did, but the way you treated the people you worked with. You'll stop caring about the wins and start caring about the integrity you kept along the way. Don't trade your character for a title that will be deleted from the company directory the day after you leave. We carry the memory of our failures like a heavy chain. We replay that awkward thing we said 10 years ago, or that business that failed, or that relationship that ended badly. We let our past mistakes define our present value. At 81, I look back at my greatest failures and I just laugh. They were just lessons. They were the price of admission for a life well lived. Before you die, you realize that no one remembers your embarrassments but you. Everyone else is too busy remembering their own. I stopped caring about my mistakes because I realized they were the only way I learned how to be wise. Forgive your younger self for not knowing what you know now. Let the failures go. They've already served their purpose. We worry about the future because we think we can control it. We think if we plan enough, save enough, and worry enough, we can prevent pain. But at 81, you see that the future is a wild horse. It goes where it wants. The most important things that happened to me, Both the best and the worst were things I never saw coming. Before you die, you stop caring about knowing what's next. You trade your need for certainty for a sense of curiosity. You realize that the only thing you ever truly had was now. The future is a ghost. Stop giving it your life. We spend the first half of our lives accumulating things, and the second half realizing those things own us. I worried about the scratch on the car, the stain on the rug, the upgrade for the phone. At 81, your stuff becomes a burden. You start to see that you can't take any of it with you, and it doesn't add a single minute to your life. The things you'll stop caring about are the brands, the models, and the price tags. What matters is the experience the stuff provided. A car is just a way to see a friend. A house is just a place to hold a family. If the things aren't serving the people, they are just clutter. Simplify your life now so you have more room for what truly matters. I am 81 years old. My world is small, but it is deep. I have stopped caring about the noise, the crowds, the titles, and the perfection. And do you know what happened? For the first time in my life, I am actually happy. I am finally light. Don't wait until the end to drop the weight. Start today. Ask yourself, will I care about this on my last day? If the answer is no, then stop giving it your heart today. Save your heart for the love, the laughter, and the quiet beauty of being alive. Thank you for listening. If this message helped you let go of something heavy, please subscribe. Like this video to help it find someone else who needs to simplify their soul. And tell me in the comments, what is one thing you're going to stop caring about today? God bless and travel.